let's see what we got. First of all, some basics that everybody out there I think needs is what are trends. Um, this case, we're going to show Bitcoin on here. Well, I guess those things kind of warped into. So I blanked out our Bitcoin chart. We're going to look at trend wave structure first, and then we're going to look at Bitcoin. This, folks, very simply, is just an uptrend. You want to be a bull and a hodler, and you got one of those things going on. Otherwise, the wreck will come, which we've seen in LTC winter. Bitcoin right now, backside of winter since the Christmas release of our futures and the dump of 2018. A little bit of support being found, stalling, holding grandma's level. Coming down to some lower time scales, we've got a bit of a bounce going on, not too bad. A little break for the bulls who are miles underwater. Too much celebration really for the guys that are down 90% to be talking shit, but they're going to do it anyway. That's what they do. What's that?
You know it.
Yeah, we gotta celebrate our victories.
Celebrate small victories, right? You could shorten this whole thing, or you can scream about 5 to 10% bounce over here. A little bit illogical, but they do that shit. So let's get into some narrower time frames. Overall, BTC has been pretty stable if you think about it, across this range for a good amount of time now. This becomes a range to beat, really. Until we get out of here, you don't have much to talk about. Obviously, on the downside of this, if we go down, it's going to get nastier than it's been. I would say the amount of people you see on crypto Twitter still crying about their fucking bags has really not reached the point at which it needs to. But for now, like I said, we have a state of execution. Something to look at, actually on that last time scale, let's go back out. Wipe that box out. Let's check out BTC dominance. Let's see why so many crypto hodlers got their asses kicked. BTC dominance. This is really Bitcoin versus dollars, small, mid, big caps. Get a chart with that on there so you can see it. There we go. So in this, we can really look at, since futures came into the market, the absolute ass-kicking Bitcoin took, really, in terms of shitcoins, and then the resurgence that is this year's Bitcoin bull market against all things shitcoin. So for all your crypto guys that tell you to hodl, they basically tell you to short a bull market for the entire of 2018. It's literally the dumbest fucking trade you could have ever possibly done. Only a jackass would sell into a bull market, unless they couldn't tell it was a bull market because they're rookies. That is pretty much what killed crypto Twitter. This is what, $300 billion worth of losses because these jackasses couldn't actually go the opposite direction. That killed crypto Twitter. It breeds a lot of haters, but at the end of the day, money talks, bullshit walks. There's a lot of broke people who follow that garbage and they learn the hard way. Those people didn't know what they're doing. So this is what you're facing if you're still holding your bags. This is Bitcoin's ass rape of everything shitcoin. Big, small, medium. Does not matter. Until this stops buying bags of Bitcoin, anything altcoin other than Bitcoin is a horrible fucking idea. This little dump you saw was a bit of a altered back party we saw. A little bit of a bounce in things like XRP and some of your old leaders. But really nothing to write home about. Markets are still in pretty deep shit. So be cautious if you actually manage to catch the altered black Easter egg. It's probably dangerous to just sit there balls in like this is the end of winter. Be careful what you do. And you guys have some insights you want to drop on this, or charts you want to pull up? This is pretty nice, actually. This one. Um,
I mean, that chart really shows you, if you think about all the times you saw alter back on Twitter, you can just see on that chart, just fucking dead wrong. BTC whooped them every single time Alter's supposed to be back. So many all-in calls, and that's how people go from, you could have been 75% down on your BTC to being down 95% whenever you're burning your BTC and these shitcoins.
right. This is the one break in April when we put out the call for the knife catch on April Fool's Day. The bounce
I remember that one.
bounce you got here. This was a small. This was a small break in shitcoins you really got. That was it. Shitcoins in this motion. That was the entire thing that people thought. Well, look here. There's an alt season. It's not an alt season. Wasn't even close to an alt season. It was just a corrective structure in Bitcoin. And Bitcoin began its next wave and destroyed all those people holding altcoins. Any idiot can hold the bull market trend and look really smart. If you can't fucking stop though when the trend ends, you aren't a trader. You're just a guy who got lucky in the tide, and it happens all the time. Saw that in the tech sector back in the 90s. Bulk of the guys I met in the 90s who were traders don't trade anymore in this era. Their genius died with that market, and the geniuses of this market are going to die in this market much the same way. So really looking at this right now, Bitcoin is the king. Bitcoin's what everyone talks about as the king of all coins, but for some strange reason, most of crypto land does not want to own Bitcoin. They want to own some pile of fucking garbage, 50 to 60 bags at a time. Guarantee you can't pay attention to 60 to 50 positions either, or you can just get ass raped across 50 to 60 positions, which has happened. But yeah, so that's that. Let's check some other things out.
Yeah, no doubt. There's no way you can hold 70 bags, right? That's what Crypto Man Ran was suggesting.
Oh my god. Easy the worst advice.
70 shitcoin back portfolio. Good luck.
It's like 70 liquid shitcoins. It's 70 liquid shitcoins you can't get the fuck out of fast enough is what it is. It's like, when this shit starts coming down, take you half a week to get yourself out of that garbage.
I don't know how he was wearing being a bull in a bear market as like a badge of honor. Like, bro, you're right.
No,
yeah. It's crazy how people do that, man. It's so crazy.
Company for the misery.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, come be my miserable friend with me. I got wrecked as well. No, you're all fucking idiots. Go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, and if you have an allergy to fucking money, that's your own problem. But don't spread that shit, right? You're gonna fucking make everybody broke. You gotta think about it, right? Bull markets, when BTC was doing something like the Dow Jones, it was going fucking crazy. Everyone laughed at people in CBC calling tops to it. And it's equally stupid in a bear market to sit there, trying to catch the other side of that. You're gonna, this entire green trend is made of like a decade worth of dead bodies. And that's not any different than like you're looking at BTC and watching all the guys who bet this thing was going to be over every step of the way on the way up here. We laughed at those guys last year that were calling tops and this stuff. But there comes a time and a place, right? Markets are about timing. And you really sit there catching that thing down or shorting into the bull market, of Bitcoin versus altcoins, that's just the dumb money of another tide. As much as people take that as an insult, you're wrong or you're right. If you're on the wrong side of the equation for half of a fucking year, there isn't really a more polite term for that kind of a person. The only thing you can try to do is kind of put that out there and hope noobs actually understand the label and run for the fucking hills when they hear those jackasses say, alter back one more fucking time, as if it means anything. When alter back, you'll know it. Those plebs will be dead. So that's what you pay attention to. So what do we got here? Bitstamp. We use Bitstamp because it's where Grandma's level resides. What a beautiful contact on Grandma. She's fighting a good fight because ultimately she doesn't want to go back to work, but her and all her little crypto grandkids are going to be running back to work in the second that level ever lets go. Winternomics.eth, the quadruple six knife catch of April Fool's Day. That's pretty much your line in the sand now. We haven't really contacted it. We've been hiding underneath it a little bit, about 66.25 over here. I think you got wicks on slightly higher exchanges. You got a good area though. You got a good pocket of volume. I think this is something to pay attention to for everybody. In the nearest term anyway. This is a 1 hour chart, so it's not much time. Just looking at really since August through. This area is the area you want to see what happens next. Huge amount of volumes building, and they're relative to what we saw up top when it dumped. So this seems to have actually worn it. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's got the most volume building down here. So this is your make or break range to pay attention to. Um, if you guys caught the Alter Black play, definitely don't give it back. Saw some really good stuff in there, like XRP and some of the other ones that pumped out of there. Um, yeah, ultimately, if you're gonna go
Factor.
Fat Tom, oh my God, Fat Tom's in the bull market. That was the fucking play of the day, right? That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
We looked at it, but I didn't have the heart to freaking go balls deep into this pile of shit.
You can't touch it. There's nothing in the book on that thing anyway.
We're talking about this is a good project. I would like to be holding nothing but good projects.
Good project, yeah.
Is the developer dead? I don't know what's going on in this thing. He's got 100% bounce off the lows. Fucking fact on. Yeah, the things that they delist on poll and the things that they leave, right? What the hell does Clam do anyway? But yeah, let's go back to XRP. That was pretty dope. So yeah, back from the brink of death, right? But still a lot worse off than our buddy BK led us to believe. And this one up at $3. Wow. I wonder how many people he sent back to work with that call.
I doubt it.
It could be like
Some people.
there are people who are unmillionaired by that call in CBC. That would be
Yeah.
legend. So yeah, State of Crypto, man. We're checking these out, and gonna be doing this every week. Taking a look at markets, looking at forex, different markets too, not just crypto, all markets, playing some games, having some fun. Guys, stop by. Try not to get wrecked out there following some of those clowns in CT. Know which guys know what they're doing. There's just a few of them. There are some guys out there know what they're doing, but like we always say, value's a scarce thing. So don't expect that you see guys with hordes of clowns following them that are all hoping to God alter back. Those are the dumb money. If you think somebody smart is going to buy that shit off a bunch of idiots who are down 90%, that's not how markets work. Right? They're called smart money for a fucking reason. If you're buried 90% deep waiting for some guy on Wall Street to buy your bags, you're the dumb money. Don't be that guy. Anyways, so yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up for us. Just take a quick look here. We'll come take a look at this through midweek even if you see some significant developments. Till then, you can come join us in some of our games. We'll probably discuss markets in there because a lot of times we take a break from trading and let our plays run while we kill time in those games. So come over and join us and have some fun, play some games with us, and we'll show you some more cool stuff coming in the weeks to come. This is going to get a lot better. So thanks a lot. Catch you guys later.